taste, the whole thing. But I'm with you. I am down to drinking now one night a week because I just can't lose the days, the time with my son. Like I want to be so present for him. So I know how alcohol, even if you're not an alcoholic, it just I don't know who it benefits. It really really don't. It doesn't benefit many people. So I'm excited for them. Do you think they could really have already reconciled?
I mean, I agree. I understand why people are like, this is fake. Dorit needed a storyline. Now people are thinking, well, she has a storyline because I saw those comments. She has a storyline. She's feuding with Kyle. It's over. So therefore, she doesn't need this anymore. The other thing that we're kind of bearing the lead, they both took their statements of separation. They scrubbed it from all social media. So the statement that,
Oh,
yes, that's what started this. The statement that had Dorit had on her Instagram and he had on, and maybe they tweeted it. That came off Dorit's, that came off PK's, it came off everywhere. So that's led, I mean, I've always said this. Mo diddling and daddling all over town with that big dick of his never shocked me when those two broke up. Dorit and PK, I mean, it is to me like Melissa and Joe. It's like Bonnie and Clyde. It's like, to me, they actually seem like one of the better suited couples on Bravo. So I really do hope so. I think maybe, I don't think they did this just for a storyline. I know it's Dorit. She was desperate to save her job, but she threw her fake friend Kyle under the bus with the text messages being revealed to Erika. So she already saved her job. I mean, I know they threatened her, you better come clean. I feel that it was a real separation, and I feel we haven't seen the end of these two bank robbers in the middle of the night.
I
I
love them.
feel right. I
I
like
love them.
Dory and
I think
PK. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about. See, I can be positive. I have nothing bad to say about Dory and PK, actually.
turned it around. Hey, what do you have to say about Kim Zolciak and Chet Hanks allegedly hooking up? Now the trailer everywhere for what is it? Something villains?
Surreal life.
Oh, surreal. Okay. Well,
A classic show from what was it, like the
oh,
early
whoops.
2000s? Yeah, you fumbled that one. But what so I mean, we
Oh,
already
sorry.
heard
It's
about
the real
this.
life Villa of Secrets. I knew there was a V in there somewhere. We had already heard this, but does the trailer, I mean, he's sort of like getting in her bed, giving her a hug in the pictures, calls her a MILF. Do you think that this is a tease, or do you think these two really had a moment?
I mean, do we care?
Yes.
We do.
Because this to me is a Lauren Sanchez. For people who don't know Lauren Sanchez is now with Jeff Bezos, engaged, rocking like a 5 carat diamond ring. I mean, this is to me the I love women like this because I want to study them. If she could go from, no offense, Croy seems lovely, Croy to Chet Hanks, Hollywood royalty. Honey, that is like a master class at Harvard that should be taught. No one gives a fuck about what are they teaching at Harvard now? I guess. I mean, people, no one knows their history anymore. Scrap
No.
that. How do you go from bankruptcy? I guarantee she's got $10 in her bank account to bagging Chet Hanks. Now, I actually don't think they're together. I don't think it's that. But Lauren Sanchez is like my idol. She's like
I
a queen.
Lauren Sanchez, I mean, since we're I mean, God, I am gonna have to, God, we are handing out. I'm losing money here. My hourly rate is going down by the minute by all this free advice. Lauren Sanchez should pick up the phone, call Erika Jayne. She doesn't need Erika, but Lauren and Erika should have like a how to bag a sugar daddy podcast. Really, this would make, I don't even know about millions. This would make multi-millions. Lauren Sanchez and Erika Jayne. I mean,
Because
let's Erika was very, very successful at it for over a decade. Okay.
decade. And for people that don't know, Lauren Sanchez was a longtime news anchor out here for Fox LA for the local Fox affiliate, married twice before to a football player, then to an agent, and then cheated on the agent with Jeff Bezos and has managed to keep Jeff Bezos and lived through a scandal with Jeff Bezos where her own brother sold dick pics or tried to sell alleged dick pics of Jeff
Sure.
Bezos to the National Enquirer, and Bezos sunk the Enquirer, sued everybody.
Really? I don't remember that.
Oh,
How
and
did
he and then gave her an engagement ring. This woman is like, I'm obsessed how she's played it. I don't want to say they seem in love, they seem happy. But I mean, he cheated on his wife. He left his wife, and his kids are grown, I think, for the most part. But I'm in a master class. I don't know if
How
she's
much
just like
is
she has
Jeff
a magic
Bezos
bullet.
worth? Do we
Oh,
know?
he's the richest. I think he's the richest man in the world. I think you're talking 263 billion now, 273
Now, in
billion
what
right now.
world do you, it's like I said, it's like you don't go up against Diana Jenkins. Like what I would say, like Diana, you didn't do, I mean, now we have someone who has a gazillion times more. Like what? Yeah, Jeff Bezos could sink the Inquirer. He could sink People Magazine. He could sink them all. He can buy the fucking
Yeah,
network to
but that
kill the
doesn't. Yeah,
show.
but it doesn't mean. Okay, look, the brother really deceived her and him
Doesn't mean you
by
want to
selling.
waste money. Yeah.
Well, also, it doesn't mean people shouldn't be held accountable. I mean, if you're cheating on your wife, I mean, you don't, and you're a public person, you don't think that's going to come out. I mean, like that's the problem I have with these billionaires, trillionaires, 100 millionaires. It's like you're not above being you still need to be a decent person. And when you're not, and you think that people aren't going to call you out, like, no, screw you. But
Erika
it's
Jayne
hard to
and
go against the machine. It's hard to go against very rich people because our society is more driven by the have and the have-nots now than it is other things, in my opinion.
Erika Jayne and Lauren Sanchez, new business opportunity,
Oh,
new business venture,
I would take the
TBD.
class. I would take the class. Speaking of EJ, what do you think?
Yeah.
More and more little droplets are coming out, but what was the now, first of all, you have scoop, I think. The Tom Girardi trial has been pushed, been pushed, been pushed. When is the Tom Girardi trial happening now?
It has been pushed. I am making an appearance on a new podcast about this. It's not my podcast, but I am a guest. I don't even know if I could announce it, but there is a new podcast coming up basically to air during the trial. I have been contacted to be a guest. I have recorded, I have thoughts, so I'll be a guest on this mystery podcast, which I don't know when they're announcing it. The trial was pushed. It was supposed to be in May. They pushed it to August. When the judge pushed it, the judge was very clear it ain't getting pushed again. So if this is like, Tom's 81, eventually he'll be 91, eventually he'll pass. We're not doing that. So the trial is happening. I mean, it's the law. Anything could happen. But when this was pushed, the judge was like, we're pushing it and we will never push it again. So I think it's really happening August 6th.
I think I'm going. I think I'm going to go in the courtroom. Um,
I would go, except I have somebody going for me.
we'll go. We'll do that. Yeah, do that. I think I'm going to go. I'm really curious because I'm going to
Really?
be there every day. You
Listen,
know,
girl, if you go and you want to talk about it here every minute, this is the best thing I've ever heard. If I'm in LA, I'll pop by with you. We'll have a martini after.
okay, yes.
So much for me being sober curious.